Hello, dear friends, and welcome to the Early Music Podcast. My name is Darina Ablogina, and this season holds something truly extraordinary as we dive into the heart of the Early Music Summit. How can we embrace the bigger picture of research, education, performance, and creation? How will we redefine our field in a more open, inclusive, and balanced world? Join us in shaping the future of the early music scene with the Early Music Summit. And today my guest is...
My name is Clémentine Richard, I'm French. I am working in a French agency based in Paris. The name is Agence Artist Management, and we founded this agency with Clément Ledoux, another French agent, 8 years ago now. We are managing about 20 artists, mainly French artists, and mainly general management. Some of them are Baroque artists, but not only, so we have a mix of styles. I am playing the clarinet at the beginning of my career. I was working at the French Youth Orchestra to organize chamber music projects and the tour with the orchestra. I met so many musicians who want help to create new groups.
This intention to become an artistic agent came out of the empathy towards musicians. Yeah. And how do you see your role as an agent in the field of early music evolving in today's rapidly changing music industry landscape?
It's not different to be an agent of another instrumentalist, for example, a pianist or cellist playing romantic and contemporary music. What is different is that in this area, you have so many things to discover or to rediscover that it's very important to build your own path in this world. And in early music, you always have something to discover that nobody discovered before. Even with the instruments, in fact, there are many ways to play these instruments, different techniques in the instruments you use to play this music. So there is a large part of building the projects before deciding to play them and to tour with the repertoire. So this part is maybe more important than in the other classical music periods.
Early music artists, they have their own niche, their unique niche. And how do you stay up to date with this evolving trends and preferences?
I'm listening a lot of recordings. I'm going to a lot of concerts in France for sure, but also abroad. And I'm checking a lot of programmation of different series, on early music series, but also big venues. So you need to be connected. I am trusting 100% the artist. And I have also my feelings. Sometimes I like things, I don't like other things.
And what are some challenges that you anticipate in the early music field in the coming years? And how do you plan to address them as the artistic agent to your artists?
The main challenges are maybe about finance, because the period is not easy. And to create your own project, you need money because you need to work with other musicians. And it's the job of everybody, so everybody needs to be paid, and you need to try things, and you need time to discover, and time is always complicated because we are in a very, very quick world. I really hope that these two reasons won't be the reason who will transform the early music world as a less dynamic world. Everybody needs to earn money. It's quite normal. So, and on the artistic area, I think there are still a lot of curious artists new artists, wanting to discover new things, and I'm quite sure in this part there's not a big problem.
As the music industry continues to shift toward digital platforms and online presence, how do you envision early music artists adapting, or just not early music, in general, artists adapting? And how do you see your role in this transition?
It's not easy to switch and to go in this world. Also because recording and physical recordings were so important in classical music, and maybe particularly in early music, because it was these recordings who permit to the audience to discover the new way to play ancient early music. And it's difficult also because the audience is not young, so it's not very connected. So if we are totally switching, we are losing our audience also. So we are in between. I think we need people from outside our world to help us to do this transition. And in fact, we are doing that with our artists when they are not very keen of doing social medias or things like that. We are helping them. You have to do that, but you also have to do your concerts. So it's something in addition to playing the instruments and doing the concerts. It's not an easy question.
Yeah, and it's not an easy balance situation to find the proportions. And can you share some insights into how artists' expectations have changed over the years, and how you adjust your management and your approach to meet these expectations?
I have been an agent for 8 years. There has been some changes. When you begin to be an artist, you really want to play out of your country. You want to discover other countries and to go even further and further in Japan, in the United States. And with the COVID, I think we all understand and discover that there are a lot of things to do close of our home and in our country or the country outside. And it was also in parallel of the ecologic issues. This changes a lot in my job. Now it's important to be really present in our country, and it's important not to cross the planet only for one concert. But for now, because of economical reasons, but not only, the promoters, quite the majority of them, decided to focus on very famous artists or very famous composers. So it's very hard for new projects, with new artists, with unknown composers. I think this is the main new challenge, to convince them and the audience that it's still nice to discover new people and new composer.
It's a lot of weight on the shoulders of artists that they have to record a CD by themselves sometimes, and they have to promote themselves, and they have to, of course, navigate in their social media world and to post regularly, create content and things like that. How can we collaborate and improve this situation within the artistic world, let's say?
It's not an easy question, and it's a question we are asking all day. I am an agent, so the artists with whom I am collaborating are quite famous yet. For me and my artists, it's not easy, but easier to find, for example, a label than another artist who is less famous or younger. So I am trying to help them to find the best way to do these things, music and communication. So it's possible to have a reflection and to decide how to do without losing too many time. You have to be present on these medias, social medias, but you have to find a way not to do only that or not to lose time. Their job is to play, so this should stay the priority. That's it. I don't know if the answer is good, but it's not easy there is not one answer. There are many ways to do and to deal with this. But the one thing is sure, it's that you have to be on these medias, because promoters really want you to communicate. Maybe for them, I don't know, but they want the artist to be present and to speak with the audience and to be there.
With the increasing emphasis on diversity and inclusivity in the arts, how do you work to ensure that the artists that you work with, they reflect on these values, and how you as an agent can contribute to a more inclusive musical landscape?
Yes, we are speaking about these questions with the artists. It's a balance. We have all understand that there has been a problem with this in the past about women, about diversity. So everybody is asking, okay, why are we here now when they are looking for new partners in chamber music, or when they are looking for a composer to commission a new piece? And I am always telling them, okay, you have to think about women, you have to think about diversity, and they're thinking about these questions. Their priority is to find and to have the best musical quality. So sometimes it's not easy for them to combine both of these questions. So it's not easy, because they told me, okay, I really want to be modern on this question, and it's quite normal to work with women. But if I'm not really happy about this person because she's or he's this or the artistic line of him, of her is not mine, what should I do? And in general, they prefer not to sacrifice the artistic question, even for inclusive questions. So this is a balance, but there are more and more thinking about that, and the things are changing, even in our very conservative world. And we have to accept that it won't change tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow, but it's a timeline, and we have to accept that. And we have to not sacrifice our artistic values to be in this modernity or in this question also.
Yeah, I totally agree that this direction of unification, what works the best, what sells the best, that is really present. Thank you so much. In this episode, we've had the pleasure of speaking with Clémentine Richard. As we look to the future, we are excited to explore the uncharted territories and innovations that await us in our field. This podcast series is a prelude to the Early Music Summit that will take place at Beaux-Arts and Concertgebouw Bruges from November the 30th to December the 3rd of 2023. Stay tuned for our upcoming episodes. In the next episode, we will speak with Raphael Pichon about the early music in the present context and the question of reappropriation. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, keep exploring the boundless horizons of early music.